Jake, kind of a broad question, but how would you describe what you've done the last two seasons?
Um, Last year was a little bit crazy for me. Looking back at it, just the way I was able to go out there every day and give us a chance to win, and not have any blow up starts is kind of crazy. This year I wasn't able to do that quite as often. I had three in a row where I wish I could have back, but what happened where I gave up 4, 5, 6 runs, whatever it was. But really looking at last year and really being able to appreciate that. This year I don't think's really set in yet. Unfortunately the team didn't end up where we wanted to be, but have a lot of positive coming out of this year. Played really good baseball towards the second half, and hopefully we can carry that into next year.
I know there's no award announcement yet, but you're certainly right there again for your second consecutive Cy Young. That was a goal for you going into the season. At what point in this season did you understand that it was again a reality?
That's a tough question. Ryu was having a really good year. Scherzer was throwing the ball really well. I knew I had to pitch really well if I wanted to get back in the talks of that. And what those guys are doing is out of my control. So I just knew that I had to go out there and just try to put this team in a position to win. Like I said, personal goals are great, but at the end of the day, we're a team, and the main goal is to win a World Series. And we fell short of that goal. But along the way, you set personal goals. And I feel like if I pitch and am in the talks of winning a Cy Young, then most of the time I put my team in a position to win.
There's only been 10 players in the history of baseball that have won consecutive Cy Young awards. What would it mean to accomplish that feat, to become that rare of a Major League Baseball player?
It'd be an honor. I don't even think I've really wrapped my head around that yet, because we still have a few games left. But it would truly be an honor. Like I said before, it was a dream to kind of win one, and that became a reality last year, and just the thought of winning two, it would be unbelievable. I don't even really know what to say about it, but it would truly be an honor, and to be mentioned with the names that are on that list is something that you really kind of only dream of, and like I said, I really don't know what to say.
You mentioned being in the same conversation with some of the names on that list. There are a couple, there's thousands of statistics when you talk about what you've done over the last couple of seasons, but you have a 2.05 ERA in the last 2 years, the only pitchers in the last 50 years to have a sub-2.1 ERA back-to-back seasons, so combined. Dwight Gooden, Clayton Kershaw, Greg Maddux. You've got 250-plus strikeouts back-to-back seasons, only the third Met to do that, Dwight Gooden, Tom Seaver, the other two. Can you wrap your mind at all around what you may be starting to do, a Hall of Fame resume you may be starting to build, a number retirement type resume you may be starting to build? Does that ever cross your mind, your consciousness?
Yeah, I haven't thought into that too much. I think that goes on just kind of focusing on the task ahead. But anytime your name's mentioned with guys like Seaver, Gooden, those guys, it is truly an honor. I didn't really get to see those guys play, but just they flash the numbers up here, and the numbers that they're putting up there for those guys are unbelievable. So just to be mentioned in the same sentence as them is an honor, and I try not to look too far ahead. Just try to continue to learn. You never know all there is to know about this game. Learn from the guys around me, and try to get better each year.
You certainly have gotten better each year. You came into the league, you won the Rookie of the Year, so you came out and made a statement. But again, what you've done over the last 2 years, you've taken it to another level. Is there one thing that you can put your finger on and say, that's what elevated me to a truly elite level in this game?
Last year I think it was eliminating those starts I was talking about. Like I said, this year I wasn't quite able to do that. Kind of let things snowball a little bit on me there in those three starts. But for me, I think it's really just learning what I want to do when I'm out there on the mound. Early in my career, was more just throwing the ball, I would say. now really knowing how I want to pitch guys. You know, each pitch has a purpose when I'm out there trying to set a guy up of how I want to get him out, and knowing that, and working with these catchers, and having different catchers throughout my career, and learning from what those guys have to say, the different pitching coaches we've had, taking stuff from them, and just trying to put it all together and really having a good game plan when I go out on the mound.
Is there any one person you can point to that has helped you the most, or is it really a culmination of a lot of experiences that you've formulated what you want to do yourself?
Yeah, I think it's a lot of different combinations. You know, Dan Worthen showed me the slider. Dave was big on pitching inside, which helped me out a lot. Phil I had in high A. He knows my mechanics really well, and watching me out there throw my bullpens in the game, sees little things that I'm doing. So it's a combination. Through my rehab and stuff, those guys, for my Tommy John, my arm slot wasn't very good, and we worked on getting my elbow a little higher to take stress off my elbow. So there's a combination of a lot of people who have helped me out along the way, and you know, I'm really grateful to have those people, and thank them for the help that they've provided me.